Hi there. This is Bilal here from KIOT.org, and in this video we will explore the concept of BDDs. What is BDD? To truly grasp BDD, we need to understand its essence, which lies in its name, behavioral-driven development. At its core, BDD is a software development methodology that centers around behavior. To break this down, let's look at the fundamental principles that make BDD unique and powerful. Collaboration. BDD promotes collaboration among three key roles: product owners or business analysts, developers, and testers. These are often referred to as the three amigos. Collaboration is the key to BDD because it ensures that everyone involved in the project has a shared understanding of what needs to be developed and tested. Ubiquitous language. Ubiquitous language is another essential concept in BDD. It's about establishing a common vocabulary that all team members use. Domain-specific language that everyone on the project can understand. This language helps bridge the gap between technical and non-technical team members. By using the same terminology in conversations, documentation, and testing, BDD eliminates misunderstandings and ambiguities that can arise when different team members interpret words differently. Behavior specification. BDD focuses on writing behavior specifications for the software. Instead of simply specifying how a particular feature should work, you describe how it should behave in different situations. These scenarios often follow the given when-then structure, which makes it clear what the initial conditions are, given, what actions are performed, when, and what outcomes are expected, then. This specification serves as a contract between stakeholders and developers. Behavior specifications are often written in a human-readable format, making them accessible to all team members, not just developers. Let's take an example scenario of user registration. Given the user is on the registration page, and the user has entered valid registration details, when the user clicks the register button, then the user should be redirected to the welcome page, and the user should receive a welcome email, and the user's profile should be created in the database. In this example, we are describing the behavior of a user registration feature. Let's break down the scenario. Given. This section sets the initial context or preconditions for the scenario. It states that the user is on the registration page and has entered valid registration details. These are the conditions that must be met before the main action can occur. When. This section describes the action or event that triggers the behavior being tested. In this case, it's when the user clicks the register button. Then. This section outlines the expected outcomes or results of the scenario. It specifies that several things should happen after the user clicks the register button, including being redirected to the welcome page, receiving a welcome email, and having their profile created in the database. This BDD scenario is written in a human-readable and understandable format, making it accessible to both technical and non-technical team members. It serves as a clear and executable specification for the user registration feature, allowing developers to write automated tests based on these expectations to ensure that the software behaves as intended. Test automation. While BDD emphasizes behavior specification, it doesn't exclude testing. In fact, BDD encourages the automation of tests based on these behavior specifications. Automated tests ensure that the software behaves as expected and allows for continuous integration and delivery, where code changes can be tested and deployed rapidly. Continuous feedback. Another crucial aspect of BDD is the continuous feedback loop it creates. By writing behavior specifications and automating tests early in the development process, issues and misunderstandings are identified and addressed sooner, reducing the cost and effort of fixing problems later. In addition to automated test feedback, BDD encourages obtaining feedback from stakeholders based on the scenarios. Their feedback helps refine the scenarios, ensuring that they accurately represent the business requirements and user expectations. The feedback loop continues throughout the development process, iterating over scenario refinement, code changes, automated testing, and feedback analysis. This iterative approach allows the team to incrementally improve the software and adapt to changing requirements effectively. Continuous integration and continuous delivery, CI/CD, BDD fits well within CI/CD pipelines. Automated BDD tests can be integrated into the build and deployment process to ensure that new code changes don't break existing behavior. Customer-centric. At its heart, BDD is customer-centric. It's all about delivering software that meets the needs and expectations of the end users. Instead of solely concentrating on coding and technical implementation, BDD encourages teams to think about how the software will function from the user's viewpoint. This ensures that the software ultimately delivers value to its intended users. By focusing on behavior, BDD ensures that every piece of functionality adds value and aligns with the user's perspective. BDD scenarios are not just documentation. They are executable specifications. This means that the specified behaviors can be automated and turned into tests. When these tests are run, they validate that the software behaves in accordance with the defined expectations. This validation is essential for ensuring that the software meets user requirements. Living documentation. BDD produces what is often referred to as living documentation. In traditional software development, documentation often becomes outdated as the code evolves. However, in BDD, the documentation, in the form of behavior specifications or scenarios, is designed to evolve in parallel with the codebase. Whenever there's a change in the system's behavior, corresponding BDD scenarios are updated to reflect these changes. Living documentation aligns well with agile development principles, where requirements and software evolve continuously. The documentation can adapt to changing requirements, making it a valuable tool for agile teams aiming to stay flexible and responsive to changing needs. Whenever there are changes in the software's behavior, the corresponding BDD scenarios are updated accordingly. This process of updating scenarios supports maintenance activities and ensures that the documentation remains relevant and useful as the software evolves. Summary. So, in essence, behavioral-driven development is about fostering collaboration, establishing a common language, specifying behavior rather than implementation details, automating tests, providing continuous feedback, and ultimately, delivering software that aligns with user expectations. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with your colleagues. If you have questions or want to share your BDD experiences, feel free to leave a comment below. Remember, knowledge is out there.